Well, hello, and welcome to what appears to be a bit of an overcast but still sunny day here in Felsbrunn for Farming Simulator 19 in the basement farm. As we can see from the state of the yard, I didn't do much tidying up last night, game night. It all got a bit late, but hey, what we did in the time lapse was harvest all our corn and harvest all our don't tell me sunflowers. There it is. And I sold some more corn in here just because I'm intending to do some silage work. Oh, that's just popped up to stage 2, so that's quite nice as well. Today we need to pay our loan back, so I'll do that fairly sharpish. We also harvested what we had in here, and I re-sowed it with barley. You need some weeding and fertilizing. You need some weeding and... oh, no. Yes, you need some weeding and fertilizing too. But the first thing we should do is pay the loan back, because they were very nice. Gave us a loan to buy our new combine and header. In the time-lapse, we dove over, I think that's the past tense of dived, to the store and picked up the 625X header, which is like the serial header for the John Deere. I think I've spotted the trailer we need to be transporting those around the place, but that is an expense for another day. My plan for the third field we have, number 18, which we can see currently has nothing in it, is I'm going to put some potatoes in there, because I've never done potatoes either. So let's get all these new crops out of the way. So for the time being, let's pop to our lovely computer, which on which it appears we're playing Farming Simulator, but we'll move from that. We've got 73,000. We need to repay 70 of it, which should leave us with 3,000 to be playing with. What I didn't do is research how much the potato planter, etc., would cost us to hire. So let's have a quick look to see if we can. I think it's this Grimmy one we would like. Grimmy! That will cost us £5,000 to hire, so we can't do that this morning. So let's crack on with some maintenance of, well, everything, and see how we go. Now, where did I leave everything? Right. That we can clearly use for all of that fertilizer. Well, there's a bit of seed hanging around there, but we're not going to need that for now. So I think what I will do is find a tractor. You will do. Everything will need servicing and cleaning, but frankly, I think I shall do that at the end of today's game day. Set that to our standard Let's Play time, in which things actually happen. Now I'm going to set the fertilizer guy on the big field whilst I spray the little one. And we'll go from there. Yeah. Does he already have fertilizer in as well? He has lime in, so let's get that unloaded as part of all this. What on earth is going on over here-ness? Okay, so let's unload you there. Let's try and get that fertilizer taken away, because it will get in the way. We'll start with those two on the far end as well. I may as well just fill this up. It doesn't half eat through the fertilizer, this spreader, but it needs doing so, and is worth doing in terms of the yield that we get back off the field. So, in fact, this may work in our advantage. If we can get rid of all of those, then there's a lot less to worry about. I think that errant seed bag over there is probably going to get in the worker's way, but I'll deal with that if and when it happens. Look at that, I can certainly get rid of all the fertilizer bags. That is a good start. And last one for you. Lovely. Okay, well, let's start this fella going here. There we go. So let's hit the cruise control, turn it on, set it on a worker. Good times. Okay, let's get out of his way. I will get... You're not blocked by an object. I completely ran out of the way. Oh my gosh. Okay, right. Look at all the grub and all that. We didn't half work the machines hard over the last 2 game days for that time lapse. One of my videos unfortunately came out blank, which is why it was a little bit shorter than normal, and also there was a bit of a time jump halfway through, I seem to think. Or rather, there should have been a time jump halfway through. You've got plenty of... Oh, you've got fertilizer in there. Well, that's not what I'm aiming to do today. So let's pop over here and unload you. And then... There we go. And I think that... Yes, that on the trailer that we just dumped there was weed killer. So let's grab some of that. Does look like that is going to get in the way. We might need a bit of a manual intervention on that seed bag, but we'll see if we get any error messages. Okay. So first off, let's weed killer this smaller field. See if anything needs doing. I should probably think about selling those bales, but wouldn't get too much for them, really. Okay. Stick the cruise control on you. Start going there. I missed a little bit. Look. There we go. Magic. So this will only be a couple of passes up and down the field, and we can start chasing the fertilizer up and down the big one. This, I think what I may also end up doing today, just to raise funds for that potato seeder, is the odd contract work here and there, but we'll see how we go on that one when all our actual farm work is done. It's in those trees, not quite. There we go. That looks just about perfect. Yes, that guy is. Right, you jump in this tractor and I, my crazy friend, will manage to just get you round ever so slightly. That tiny obstruction that you have there. Okay. Which I think means we will probably carry on with this while, say, jumping back in tractors. One thing I did realise... Push that out of the way to finish this side of the field. There we go. Okay. One thing I have realised is all through this particular Let's Play, we've not had any form of weather at all. It's been nice and sunny all day, every day. There is a mod that's very much in progress, the wonderful Seasons mod from... I'm not sure how you pronounce it, either Realism US or Realismus, I don't know. Which will be out, they won't tell us when, because they just do it for a hobby, which is, I mean, fantastic to what they do for the game. I think when that comes out, I will probably sell everything here, start a new farm with whatever money we had left. Let's see if I can cover this field all in one now. Possibly. Start a new farm somewhere different on a new map with what we have left. And start with seasons on that, because otherwise it just turns into a bit of a almost a procedural game, so something this, that, and the other. But if you've got the weather and the seasons to think about, fantastic. Pretty sure that's that field finished up. Maybe a couple of bits to cover off. I stopped you. What are you doing? Let's have a quick look at the map. Seems as there's no cars coming. Soil composition. It is all weeded. Well, okay, let's turn the weed off so we can see how our fertilising went. Yeah, that near enough is done. So that's pretty good news. I see that... did I turn that off? I did. Good-o. Trouble with the telly on quiet is you can't really tell whether you managed to turn something off properly or not. Good. So now, again, let's get this guy going. Probably do a bit more, but let's set that fella on a worker there. Okay. Then I can fertilise the smaller field. And pop on off. Whoops, a daisy. Actually, we can refill with those two back. Oh no, those two are lime, weren't they? So we've got plenty of stuff sitting around. Lots of seeds going on there, so that's always nice to see. There we go. Good-o. Then I will need to go and do a contract job or two to raise money for the potatoes. Again, it's a rather specialist crop in terms of the equipment you need. Which is probably why I didn't ever entertain doing them all before. But hey, it's a Let's Play, so let's get it done. Keep it mixed up. What do they say? Mixing it up and keeping it fresh. Oh yeah. So I think I'll let the guy continue the spraying on the other field while I go and do some contract work. See if we can start living back within our means, having taken out that huge loan for a couple of days. Feels a little bit like cheating, but in terms of, well, I borrowed it to buy something that I was suddenly going to use. It didn't feel too bad. It was a bit like a bridging loan that banks used to do while you were moving house, but they don't do that anymore. Fantastic, and I'm happy also that it managed to raise enough to cover the loan, just as I thought it would, and I didn't even consider that it might be quite as close as it was. There we go. So that's all our fertilising done for today. I think they should both be dark blue by now. Let's have a quick look. Well, that smaller field needs lime, does it? Well, we'll remember that after this harvest. Good. You guys are all nice and dark blue, which is useful. Let's go and help this guy out. You're really not blocked by an object, are you? Okay. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, so let's see what jobs we have on the cards. What did we say? We needed about £2,500–3,000, possibly more if we're paying him stuff. So let's have a look here and see what we can do. Harvesting ones are usually pretty good to do. That one's a field 7. Oh, sugar beet. No. Because if there are any If there's any extra crop left over at the end, you get to keep it. Harvest the oats in field 10 and take to the grain mill. 10 is not too bad. The grain mill isn't too far away. I think we should do that one. Let's do that one. Okay. Now he's got a nice big truck to do. I think we should probably... Let me think. Let's use his gear. No, I think let's just use our own gear. Just because. So, field 10. Let's take that and go and get on with it. We're going to need our... Oh, how much is the trailer that we are going to need? Oh, system went a bit crazy there. That wasn't cool, was it? 8,000 for the trailer. That's pretty much all we'd get for the contract. That is a shame. What can we do about this? I wonder if it'll fit on our flatbed. I don't think it will. Even if it does, it probably won't stay there very well. Oh, it might. Let's see if we can work that out, shall we? Okay. We're certainly going to need our bigger. Okay. Bigger, newer tractor, just in terms of hauling everything around. Let's pop you there. I know you're the sprayers area, but hey. Okay. Now let's see if this will work. No, that's not the button I pressed at all. That's the button I pressed to zoom out. See, everything needs a bit of a clean right now. And as such, I'm starting to run out of places to think about putting things. Okay. I think that will fit. So let's do that. I'll need the flatbed. Whoa, seat is in the way. Oh, that was close. Okay, so let's get that detached. Up. Go get the flatbed and then we can actually go and make a start. Oh, I forgot it's got all that stuff on it. You know what? It's not going to fit on there either. Where is field 10 from here? Oh, we've only got one road to cross for now. We can take it way across the fields. I think I'll do a little bit of work here on the harvester. And the header just before we do, to make sure they're in tip-top condition. Having done three big harvests yesterday, just because otherwise what tends to happen, you're going to need a clean at some point, is it lowers the yield you pick up if your equipment is in need of a bit of repair or maintenance, which can sometimes affect completion of the contract. So that is not cool. Right. Now, this isn't going to be ideal, but hey, let's just drop off there. Ouch. And get going. Okay. I think that should be close enough to do the work on. Yes, it is. It didn't have much on it, but okay. So let's head on over to field 10 and get started. Which is it just over the road? It is indeed just over the road. It's that field there. Let's not go that, whoa, embarrassingly bumpy way. So our fields are ready, except the bigger one for... It's not an inconsequential field, this one, is it? But anyway, this is the plan, so I'll do this field, and then we will come back when I've done it, and sort out our potato stuff. So you can get straw from the... from oat, I think. Let's have a look. Can we? Oh, no, I don't want to put the pipe out. Yes, you can, but I'm stuffed if I want to. You can't bale it, because it's not my straw. So that leaves us with... well, it just makes the field look ugly, to be honest. He didn't ask us to bale it. I don't think. But time will turn there. Right, I will see you when we have finished this field. I'll change the time down to a crawl, because we want to make it today, otherwise everything else is going to be ready all of a sudden. Cool, I will catch you when this field is done, and they have paid us. Ta-ta for now. And welcome back. It's 12:30. Actually, let's set that time back to a sensible time. 12:30 in the game day. We have finished harvesting our field with a little bit of help from a worker. I've already taken one partial trailer load over to the sell point. What's the best way to go here? I'm going to go this way. Okay, ooh, rolled over that stop sign a little bit while I was looking at the map. That's why we don't do it. Okay, so yes, with the help of a worker, whilst we were taking one partial trailer load over, and we'll take this trailer load over, which should complete, hopefully, the contract. There we go. You also shouldn't menu and drive, but there we go. It says we're 92% done, so that is helpful. Our harvester is now back at our farm, waiting over there. So when this is dropped off, we can see how much extra we're going to glean from the harvest we did, and then collect our fee for it as well. And then we can start off with our potatoes. So yeah. It's further away than I thought. If I'd realised the grain mill was quite that far, I'd have started all of that talking later, rather than those awkward pregnant pauses that seem to happen. This is not where we wish to go. That is a petrol station. The grain mill is just here. Okay, let's take something of a wider corner. Yes, that's the final wage payment for the assistant who is driving our harvester for us for some of the time. Right. So let's pop this all in here, see where we get to. There we go, contract on field 10 was finished, and extra, we got nearly £18,000 for all the extra oats, so that is very much appreciated. Says we've got missing crops there, but I don't really know what that's going to do. That must have just been something of a glitch in the game. I guess it hadn't properly updated. It didn't take any money off us for missing crops. So we now have £30,000 to play with, which will be very useful indeed. If only because we need potato stuff, then we'll need a specific potato harvesterer, depending on how you would say that. I would just say harvester. And also, at some point, our corn is going to be ready, and this time I'm planning on doing some silage with it. So we will need a forage harvester to chaff all the corn up. And then we'll pop it over to the to one of the bunker areas, compact it into silage, and reap the rewards after that. But first, potatoes. A crop I haven't done because they're a bit of a pain sometimes, but hey. But for now, let's swing by the shop, which should just be here on the way home. There it is on the left. Oh, we've still got something there, have we? Oh yes, that's the fertilizer. Well, that actually may prove fairly useful. Right, let's just drop the trailer there. And pop into the shop. Buttons all over the place today. And grab our potato. There we go. Yes, I felt we would go with the Grimme GL860. It's got quite a nice working width there of 6 meters. We can get, I don't think there is a bigger planter, is there? No, everything else are pickers, but we'll worry about those when we get them. So let's hire this fella. We're also going to need quite some bags of seed. Let's have 9,000 odd. So we've got some seed back at the farm. But I think, what have we got, 900 for there? I think we'll get 3 of those anyway. I don't know how much we'll actually need. But anyway, so yes, there we are. This also takes liquid fertilizer, which is helpful, as we have some liquid fertilizer right there, ready to go. First of all. So, let's get this hooked up. Back to the farm. I had a great moment there that I hadn't actually started recording, but as it happens I had. Then I got distracted, making sure I'd pressed record on the audio as well. Oops, little bit far. Okay, let's refill. First of all, we're taking some of that liquid fertilizer. Now we're going to grab the... it's just normal bags of seed. This takes, you can load it with seed. Bags or actual potatoes, but it seems as we don't have any actual potatoes yet. We're just going to fill it with seed. Let's back that up a little bit to get some more seed in there. Then we can get back and get planting. Hopefully. More. Missed the fill trigger point there. There we go. Certainly enough to be going on with. So I know we've got some bags of seed back at the farm. So if it does take more than we have, then hey, no worries. I think I will also full of that liquid fertilizer just because, well, otherwise we're going to need to come back. Right, off to the farm and let's see what happens with potatoes. Quite nice. One thing I like about the setup is the shop. Not only on this map, but in most of the stock maps. Whoa, that was close. Is quite nice that the shop's close to your standard home base. So. For now, oh my gosh, is that ready already? Well, look at that one. There we go. Well, just while our potato planter is unfolding, slow it down a well. Let's have a look and see what state our fields are in. Nope, it is still at the growing stage, so that is okay. There we are. Now, when I was ploughing this field, I did it sideways. This is because... Did I turn that on? Turn it on, and let's go. There we go. Potatoes going in. Fertilizer going in. How wonderful. Because I had done some reading and realised that particularly in America, after the whole Dust Bowl incident, fields are generally ploughed across the gradient. Are we getting weeds already? Come on. Come on, game. Generally ploughed across the gradient to stop runoff, sluicing away all the field goodness. So that was quite an interesting thing to discover. But for planting the potatoes, I'm going to do it lengthways because it means there is fewer... it means there are fewer turns at the end of each row. I am, at this point, fairly happy that I went with the larger planter, or this field could take, I don't even want to think about how long. But for now, I think our time for this particular video, I didn't turn that on, did I? It was all going fairly well. There we go. Much better. I must have just missed the button on the way past. And I think we are out of time for this video. So, thank you all very much for watching. We will pick up the rest of our potato seeding and probably forage harvesting in the next time-lapse episode. So let's talk us through what we're going to do in that one. I am going to... in order to get our corn there, which will shortly be grown, possibly tomorrow game day, but certainly when we finish these potato field, I will be hiring that Rostelmash forage harvester to hire. That will cost us something. I'll discover when we've turned around at the end of here. It certainly looks like I will need some more seed, but we have some waiting over there. Anyway, there we go there. Right, let's just turn around and then see what we're going to do. There we go. Chugging along nicely. Yes, to harvest all that corn, I'm going to hire out that Rostelmash forage harvester, which will chaff up all of the corn, smoosh it all up, and then we can cart it away. We will also, wrong button there, need to hire a header to go with that, which I believe I'll get that Kemper. Let's just make sure we're still in a straight line, yes. Which should go with, there we go, which is quite a sensible size. It'll handle the corn. That will all smoosh itself up into our into one of our wagons. Then we will cart it off, most likely to, I think, the biogas plant at the top of the map. Careful, car. What are you doing? Honestly. You could see what I was doing. Yes, you just drive away. A nice shiny thing. Some of us are trying to work for a living here. It's better. I'm back on track now. Yes. And then we'll cart all of the silage up to the biogas plant at the top left of the map. We'll drive back and forwards over it a few times, just to squish it all down, compact it all down, cover it over, and when it is turned into silage, we'll go pick it up and sell it. To pick it up, I think we will need conveyor belts and the like, but I don't think that will be totally necessarily in the time lapse. I think it might take a little longer than that to get itself ready. But anyway, enough blathering. Likes and comments and subscribes all very much appreciated, as always, and I will see you in the time-lapse where we'll be doing what I've just talked about. So, thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Bye!